Hello, I'm Katie, and according to procon.org, turning 18 entails receiving the rights and responsibilities to adulthood to vote, smoke cigarettes, serve on juries, get married, sign contracts, be prosecuted as adults, and join the military, which includes risking one's life. But if you're 18, you can't come home and drink a beer. You can't go out to the bar and have a drink with your friends while watching the sports game. When turning 18, I believe that there should be an option to take a class, pass a test, and get a permit that lasts for a year to be able to drink with a parent or a legal guardian. This idea is very similar to driver's ed and getting a permit. If the person with the drinking permit lasts over a year without getting in trouble, they shouldn't have to wait until they're 21 to legally drink. However, like when turning 16, one does not need to take a class or pass a test. They just have to wait until they are of the correct age. I chose to try to persuade people to think the way I do because when I first came to college, I've never seen more young kids belligerently drunk and acting out of control. Walking past a frat house with a girl shirtless on the ground, passed out drunk, changed my opinion on underage drinking altogether. And I do believe that kids that are 18, 19, and 20 have the ability to drink maturely if they have the right knowledge. Throughout my speech, I'm going to be talking about the problem of irresponsible young drinkers, a possible solution that I just mentioned, and the future if this solution were to become true. A main problem that we have is that once kids are around alcohol, they get overwhelmed and lose their self-control, such as binge drinking, drinking and driving, and poor decision making. Binge drinking is when you open a bottle of alcohol and decide to chug it, and you lose your self-control, and you don't know what your limits are, because if you're not used to drinking or you're not educated on drinking, you don't know what your tolerance is. According to CBS News, the results revealed that 78% of U.S. teens had drank alcohol before, and 47% of the group said they consumed 12 or more drinks in the past year. Now, 12 drinks a year isn't exactly binge drinking. It's just that 78% of people who aren't 21 that are teenagers have been drinking. For drinking and driving, that puts yourself and others at risk and can lead to death. Mad.gov states that teen alcohol use kills 4,700 people each year, and that's more than all illegal drugs combined. If they had the proper education on how to drink, they would know not to drink and drive, and they would learn what amount to consume to be able to control themselves. Poor decision making for irresponsible young drinkers can lead to fights or rape, because when you're too drunk and you don't know how to control yourself, rash decisions come out. If kids had enough knowledge on drinking, most of the problems that I just mentioned above wouldn't be so severe. The solution that I've come up with is to take a class, pass a test, and get a permit that lasts for a year to be able to drink with a parent or legal guardian. The first step is to take an alcohol education course. That would inform the class of the risks of alcohol, how to drink appropriately, how to control yourself. ChooseResponsibly.org has a class that I kind of had in mind. It incorporates prevention strategies with science-based alcohol education through a 2.5-hour online course. After responding to an initial survey on personal drinking behavior, participants are directed to a customized course reflective on his or her behavior. So basically, you sit there and you learn about alcohol and effects, risks, benefits for 2.5 hours, and then you take a test on it. The second part is after you pass this class, you get a little permit, and that allows you to drink with a parent or guardian in a public place, and you have to have it for at least a year. Having this permit will teach you how to drink appropriately and what it's like to be in the real world drinking and having the effect of alcohol on you for over a year. And if you don't get in trouble, then you can drink legally before you're 21. And the third thing to my solution is that you don't have to wait. You don't have to do this when you're 18. You can wait till you're 21. You don't have to take the class or worry about passing a test. You can just wait till you're 21 like everyone else. But then you won't be as educated as everyone who would take the class, and you would still have to worry if you decided to underage drink. That would still be illegal. After educating and drinking responsibly for a year, the future of drinking at the age of 18 will have many benefits, such as less underage drinking, more educated drinkers, and the option to do this way or the other way. According to NIH.gov, the 2008 National Survey on Drug Use and Health estimates that 10.1 million underage drinkers in the United States. That's a lot of people who underage drink, who are going to continue to do it, no matter if it's illegal or if they get in trouble. So being 18 and having the ability to drink, I think that would drag a lot of attention from 18, 19, and 20-year-olds to be able to drink in public and not have to hide it or not have to ask a friend who's 21 to get them beer and go back somewhere else and drink it. There'll be more educated drinkers because you have to take this class, you have to pass the test, you have to really focus and pay attention. And then having the option. You don't have to do it, but you can. It's just there. In conclusion, taking an alcohol education class, passing a test, and getting a permit that lasts for a year will lower underage drinking, binge drinking, drinking and driving. There'll be more educated drinkers and people and less teens making rash decisions. After I turned 18, I believe that there should be an option to be able to take a class, pass a test, and get a permit. This idea is similar to driver's ed and getting a driver's license. If the person with a drinking permit lasts over a year without getting in trouble, then they don't have to wait until they're 21 to be able to drink legally and publicly. However, like turning 16, one does not need to take the class or pass a test. They can just wait till they're of the correct age. Throughout my speech, we've talked about the problem of irresponsible young drinkers, a possible solution, and what the future will hold if this solution became ideal and true. If you believe and agree with me and want to make this happen, you can write to the congressman to implement this plan into law, or you can also contact school boards to discuss this plan and these options. And there's many other routes you can take. If you were 18, would you take the class?